welcome back to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Alright, so it's been a little of a chaotic day, but, you know, I'm back. I just got back, and we're gonna try to get some dailies done, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Just busy. Alright. I should have been on him anyways. It's okay, I'll just get this done really quick. Alright. Let me get through this. Okay. Deposit this stuff. Alright. Oh, wrong one. Let me check out. Helly, what's up? Sylvia, what's up? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing good today. Been a little busy. My daughter, I had to go get her today because they had a sit-in, and of course, you know, there are repercussions. They were sticking up for their constitutional rights, which I'm proud of them. The superintendent was very professional, you know, in understanding what's going on. It was crazy. It was nuts because, so the cafeteria staff, the bus drivers, the secretaries, the aides are all on strike. So it's been going on for a couple of weeks now, and then the kids have been eating peanut butter and jelly for the last couple of weeks, and you know, they're getting kind of fed up. The student body is, and my daughter's like, you know, she's talking to me, and I said, where do you stand? And she's like, I agree with, you know, the aides and stuff. You know, how much hard is it just to try to get some resolution here? And I was like, well, what do you want to do? And they devised a sit-in to be non-aggressive, basically attend their school like they're supposed to, but refuse to go to class. And of course, that doesn't set well because everybody wants to conform, a smooth running. And I was telling the superintendent, I'm like, do you expect everybody to conform, right, to these conditions? And I'm like, these kids should be praised, not condemned, you know, because they want resolution. They're doing it in a non-aggressive manner, and they're, executing their constitutional rights. And of course, me and the vice principal sat and talked as well. And I was like, there is nothing without consequence. My daughter was aware that there could be repercussions for enacting her constitutional rights, but it's still within her constitutional rights to assemble. And this is a public, building. And he's like, well, we can't disrupt the other people who wish to attend. I'm like, absolutely. And I agreed, and, things like that. So, but it was crazy. It's been a busy day. So I had to leave early, and then I had something else to do, and I was like, oh my gosh. It was crazy. It was nuts. But I applauded. When I walked in, I actually applauded all the kids in the office. And all the kids, smiled. And I'm like, regardless of what anybody may think. And I told the students, I'm like, listen, the teachers are not the enemies. And I redirected it same to the vice principal and the staff. But these kids are not, you know, without reason. So that, and then the superintendent actually concurred. So, and you know, we met a happy medium about this scenario. And I told him, I was like, listen, these things are going to escalate. They're going to keep progressing, right? Unless you resolve this. Damn, my phone keeps crashing, so hello again. Hello. Yeah, I was just explaining about my daughter's protest today and some of her fellow students. So, very proud of her. Very, very proud of her. I was like, no, way to go. Way to go, way to go. She was like, and of course, she's all emotional. She's like crying. She's like, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but, you know, when you're being, you know, targeted in, you know, a disciplinary manner by executing your constitutional rights, I don't understand that we're not doing anything wrong. And I'm like, right. And they're like, well, we got to, you know, continue to run the school. And I was like, absolutely. But what are you to do? It's their constitutional right. I mean, would you rather have these kids ignore that? You know, the right to assemble. So, you know, it's kind of funny, man. It's just like, what do they expect? So I'm going to start building up my astrologian. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 670s. Yay! Go Mystic. Very cool. Right. Right. The superintendent actually did, you know, give me a little praise. He's like, I wish more parents were like you, and explaining, yeah, you can do this, but there are consequences. And, you know, you were very respectful to my staff as well. I'm like, I'm not trying to side with the children. Actually, in my house, my kids are guilty until proven innocent. They're not innocent until proven guilty. They're guilty until proven innocent in my house. And nobody's perfect, and but my kids are raised as free thinkers, you know, but to understand that society, there has to be regulations within our society for functionality purposes. And so they're aware, you know, there's functionality within society. It's not perfect. It never is. And of course, there's always these little things that are occurring, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, they can't get better. And that's where protesting kind of comes in handy, you know. I'm like, your grandfather, my grandfather, her great-grandfather, called my generation a bunch of pussies. He's like, you guys are so quick to dismiss your fellow man. Meaning, if you're going to walk out, everybody will let you walk out. None of you back each other up. None of you. He's like, you just let each other go, and in that essence, you're replaceable. You're expendable. He's like, but when I was working, if one person walked, we all walked. And guess how much money the company made that day? None. Production was halted. And how quick do you think they were to resolve that? Very quick, because they want to make money. So there is power in numbers. He's like, I'm not promoting anything, you know, drastic or being anything illegal or abrupt. He's like, but if you keep letting them take and take and take and not, you know, stand up for your rights, who's going to? If you don't stand up for your fellow worker, who's going to? And I find that very interesting growing up. So, of course, we support, you know, workers who decide to go on strike, and the bureaucracy behind, you know, the workforce, the working men and women of the United States. So, It's what more and more people should do. Like my grandfather would say, if people got fired unjustifiably, we would we would stick up for them, and half of us would walk. I was like, jeez. Said boom, 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 boom. Here we go. First time here. It's been a minute since I've been on this dude. So I'm gonna take it nice and slow. Helly, what's up? Agree 100% with you. Thank you. Yep. It's just, you know. I should be okay here. Alright. So. Give it up to this person here. Let's get our loot. I'll pass on the bolts. I don't need the bolts. Yeah, it's raining here. That's why it's also called Rainy Days. My wife was like, it's raining. I'm like, yeah, it is. That's why I just put on my stream title. So, alright. So we got one down. Nice amount of XP there. That's pretty good. Once again, I got a lot of work to do when it comes to what I'm still trying to accomplish prior to the early release of Shadowbringers, so I can get configurations out there for players. I know a lot of players are going to be looking forward to that, but until the new battle system's introduced, I don't feel like putting out a those videos is going to be productive. So this is why I'm taking the time to level my jobs accordingly, and then when we see the new battle system implemented, I'll be coming out with these configuration videos, and we'll be just going over what can work for you as individual players. So I'm really hoping this is where we're going to see a lot of new integration between the TP system being, taken out, what's going to be moving in, how the spell, if there's going to be any adjustment towards abilities, and how we'll have to reset or reconfigure macro configurations depending on the job. So 1 second, guys. I'll be back, but I'll be queuing it up. Alright, so we're going to get this nice little level 1 out of the way. That'll give me a nice little bonus too. And then I'll try to get some more mendacity and some things out of the way. I hate some of these lower level dungeons. Because I don't have my deck. No deck. Always the best thing to do is wait until the tank stops as a healer. Remember, heals draw enmity or aggro, and we definitely don't want to prematurely aggro. And of course, when we can, we're going to help with the DPS as a healer in between our heals. Even though our DPS is really, really low. Once again, I'm not going to heal. I do not want to heal prematurely. Let DPS do their job. The tank's going to get a lot of pressure. So I want to go ahead before I start DPSing anything is make sure that tank stays between 70 to 100%. If I see groups and the tank, I'll usually throw an AoE heal. Okay. Once again, no healing. Wait till the tank stops. We're going to go ahead and throw the heal first. Get one more in. What? Okay, sure. Let's go ahead and, oh, I forgot to protect. Yeah, it just goes to show whatever. Let DPS do their job. My job is making sure that friggin' tank does not drop. Now while I'm at it, any word on the new battle system? It's supposed to be coming out, I want to say sometime in May, right before early, we're supposed to get it in May, I believe. So, other than that, I have no idea. Other than I know they're replacing the TP system, and I'm really I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing. But we really didn't get a lot of information. They said they're trying to balance the tanks out. There was going to be some changes to the tanks, some changes, you know, with each class. Now, does that mean like they're restructuring, like, you know, how the abilities work? Because certain jobs have access to AoEs earlier than others. They really kept it vague for the new battle system. We have no idea. Like, a lot of us are, I've been even watching, trying to keep up with Brian and them, see if they're getting some inside information, or anybody, or Mr. Happy, or anybody about this new battle system. And it's so vague, man. It's like, okay, we know a few things. We know we're getting it soon. We know that the TP system's getting restructured. But other than that, like, what are we looking at? You know, I mean, I don't think it's going to be dramatic in an overall setting of how the game plays. The game balance is pretty good, so I don't feel like one class is completely, like, even support DPS performs well. They're desired in the game, so it's not like no class is able to actually function. But I mean, are they making it more functional at lower levels? You know, that becomes my question. Or how's, you know, the TP system going to work now with the abilities that restore TP? You know, what's actually going on? Until we actually see the patch notes and being implemented live, I think we're still going to be just put up in the air. Because we thought Brian was anticipating them to go over that during the last Fan Fest, and they were supposed to. But other than that, I'm lost on the whole what's going to actually happen. Once again, no DPS, no healing. Let the tank do its thing. Now I'm going to go with the big heals here. No DPS for me at all. I do not want to help with any DPS at this point. I'm going to throw a heal. I'm going to use the eye for an eye. I'm going to throw an AoE heal. I'm going to go back to the single target heal. Now I can throw a little bit of maybe DPS. Big heals. Okay. One quick AoE one. One big heal. I'm gonna do a quick cleanse too. Once again, I'm not going to touch anything till that tank stops. And maybe going a little slow, but... Okay. I don't even know why we're in here, but okay. I do the same thing sometimes. See the tank's bunny ears. The tank's got bunny ears. Alright, I'm going to do a quick cleanse. And leveled up. Gonna give it up to the tank. Did a really good job. Nice smooth execution. GG. Looks good. Okay, now we're gonna clear that out. We're gonna take a look, see if there's anything in. I mean, I could do my trials. We're gonna switch really quick. Now I do need to do the other ones for sure, but we'll go with the samurai for my other dailies so I can save some for tomorrow morning. I don't like to do everything necessarily at once. But I am trying to get all of these things out of the way. I got less than 5 minutes, so I feel comfortable with that. So I will be taking the SAM in there. And when I take a look at the current currency now, my Allegan Tombstones, I'm going to have to spend that soon. And I should be able to get my other ring for my summoner. So when I take a look at my summoner here, we need my 390 ring. So we're going to go ahead and go get that really quick. Because we're building up. Remember, I have to get all these different sets of gear. And that's not why. That's one of the reasons why I'm not worried, because I'm coming in late, about getting my best in slot, because we're transitioning, right? We're going from one part of the game now to a new expansion, a new level cap. Now, if we weren't getting a new level cap, I might be trying to push for my best in slot to for the new available content. But when we take a look at expansions and content and level caps increase, it is pointless to try to chase your best in slot because it's just a time sink, right? So it's going to not do me very, very well to just try to put in extra time to try to get my best in slot. So I'm not worried about it. Okay, so now we got this. Now I'm going to open up, and I have to remove at least one ring here. Oh no, it's in here. We're going to put this in here. Now we're at 335. We're going to take a look at the pieces that we're currently holding. 360. We have a 360, 290, 355, 290. So we could probably get the feet as well today. I want to say we have enough for the feet. So we're going to go to Mendacity and we're going to go to Magic. We're going to take a look at that feet. 495. We're slightly short. So once we get enough of these, now we can get our feet of our casting, which will give us 360. So, and then of course I can then start working on help level the rogue. One second. I can do it later this afternoon, help him level his rogue up. Alright. So, 335. It's pretty good. We'll go back to the samurai. Getting my iced coffee in me. Okay. We got 4 minutes. Should be proccing any time. Whoa. This dude's sword is pretty beast looking. I think that's the blade from the crossover, I want to say. So the crossover is going to be coming up in a few days as well. I'm going to be trying to get that as well. Let me see if I can. No, I can't. I should have been doing that. It looks badass. This car does. That's what I want. Maybe it's under cross event. Okay, well, that one's not there. No, there it is. There's my queue. Okay, I checked that out. I'm drinking iced coffee as well. Cheers, nice. Yeah, dude, I'm a big. I foo my coffee up. I love iced coffee. Absolutely. Abso-flipping-lutely. Hell yeah, boys. Here we go. No, nice thing. I only have. After I get my casting outfit, I only got 2 different outfits to, I think, acquire. Don't get the box. Oh shit. No. Wait till the turn. where it dies. No. I don't want none of this shit, man. Stop grabbing that shit. Oh shit. Oh no. God damn it. I friggin' melee here. God damn it. Be a little reasonable with the pulls. Jesus. It's like, oh, don't worry about the melee. He'll adjust. No, I fucking won't. I'll die. No way. No flipping way, man. Bullshit. I wasn't even in the right lane. Ah. We should have skipped that part. Bastards. Oh, wait a minute. No. I thought that was something else. Greed. Greed on that one. I think I might be able to use. Oh, I just had this snack. Fuck. I'll just sell it if I get it. No! Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm dead. This is bad. Ah, shit. Oh my. Please, people, stop looting the friggin' boxes. Alright, here we go. Wait for the turn. Now the Mist Dragon, you can actually kind of go behind him, but... I don't want to be beside the other guys. That healer better get the fuck out of that. There it is. Bye. Hell to the yeah. We did it. We did it. Later. Have a good day. You too, Hallie. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you so much for stopping in today, Hallie. So 518, and I think that gives me enough. And I think that gives me enough. So we're going to go to Summoner. We're going to replace those 290 feet. Yep. Go down to feet. And there it is. Come over here and update. And we're getting there. So we want to get to about the 370 mark. And then once I'm done with this, I'll be gearing up the machinist, because this is how the gear configurations look for the warriors. So when we take a look at armor, there's a lot more. There's only a very select in the Magicka that you have to obtain, but you know, between the fending for the tank, maiming for the Lancer and Dragoon, they have their own separate. Then there's the striking, which is for the pugilist and the samurai. They share gear. Scouting is a separate, like the Dragoon. So ninjas have their own as well. And then, of course, the aiming can be shared between the archer and the bard. But there's a lot more gear between the warrior classes in comparison to the Magicka. Okay? Or not Magicka, but the magic. The disciples of magic versus disciples of war. Alright, so there you guys have it. Once again, I want to thank everybody for stopping in. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, Helly. I appreciate it. Once again, I'm Mr. Craven. This is Mystics MMOs. As always, thank you. Have a nice day.